Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Happy Sunday and welcome to Tracy's Sunday Challenge. I'm just waiting for my video to come up. That way I know that I am live. Okay, perfect. Welcome everyone. My name's Tracy Bish. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Central Victoria, Australia. And every Sunday at 8:30 I go live here on YouTube with a new challenge for the week. So this week's challenge is black and white, and I'm so excited for this one because I think it's one that everyone can take part in because we all probably have white cardstock and black ink. So, you know, it makes it really easy. Hi Marion, how are you? Hi Renee, how are you? What time is it over there right now? So what I wanted to do using the black and white, because Stampin' Up have actually brought in quite a few DSPs that have black and white images. So we have the party pattern, the all together, is that what it's called? Yeah, all together 6x6. And then there's some DSPs that have the backside that are just black and white as well. So there's plenty of DSPs that you have to choose from. And I think if we actually look through our stash, we'll probably find a ton more. So I'm sure we all have loads of DSP in our stash. So if you go through that, you'll probably find some. If you don't, you can always create your own DSP. So stamping the background. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. Well, thanks so much for joining me, Renee. That's awesome. So I have pulled the Here Together or the All Together bundle or suite to do today's card. So in that suite, there is the Here Together bundle. So there are 9 cling stamp sets. And then there's also a die set that goes with it, which is really great. There is some words here for you, which is great for a lot of cards. And also you matter. So also a really nice, great sentiment that can be used on cards. And then we have 2 dies that will cut out our 2 stamps here. And some great little sentiments, as well as another heart die as well. So that is the bundle. Let me just pop that back, and then we'll just quickly go through that DSP, because this DSP is actually all black and white. So you can't go wrong with that. I'll just do a quick flip through. So lots of different patterns. There are predominantly black papers, predominantly white. And this All Together bundle actually, or the suite, has stamping blends, which are skin flesh tones. So I think there's 10 stamping blends that you can get as well. And this pack was actually designed so you use the stamping blends to colour in. So anyway, this was the suite that I'm using. Let me show you the card, which is really quite a simple sort of card. But I really love how it's turned out. So we've got a bit of ink splotching in the background, or flicking. And then I've used the DSP to really talk. I've got some black cardstock that I've heat embossed with white, which when you're using black cardstock and white heat embossing, it really does stand out, which is awesome. And I've actually stamped this in Memento, but I think embossing with the black embossing powder would look fantastic as well. So alrighty, let's bring in the project, or the kit that we're going to be using today, and we can get started. So I do have a few of the things already set up. We have basic white thick cardstock. Because it is our card base, I highly recommend using the thick basic white. And this is half a piece of A4, cut in half and then scored in half. And I will have the measurements in my blog post in just a little while. So there is a link to that blog post in the description of this video. Sorry, that flickering is terrible. I'm really looking into lights, everyone. I cannot wait until I find a light that actually stops flickering my phone. See if that works a little bit better. Nope. I've changed the settings in my phone. I've done lots of things and it just doesn't seem to be working. Okay, so we have our card base ready to go. I have 2 pieces of that DSP that I've cut down. We're also going to be working on a sentiment, and I have a scrap piece of basic black that I just grabbed out of my scrap pile. This is, I keep lots of scrap pieces, and these are really great to grab out rather than using a brand new sheet. So we're going to do our heat embossing first, and then I'm going to show you, I'll be using my Stamparatus for our sentiment here. So I'll be able to show you that as well. Now Stampin' Up no longer sells these embossing buddies, but you can get them at really great craft stores. I believe you can get them on Amazon as well. So they are around, and I think a lot of the competitors would have them as well. So highly recommend if you are using heat embossing, it's a really great idea to have an embossing buddy tool. Alrighty, so I need an acrylic block. Let's get a bigger one. And we're going to be heat embossing with white. I crafted all day yesterday and my desk was an absolute mess. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably saw that. I did pop away a lot of my things that I was using yesterday, and the white embossing powder was one, so I had to get that quickly out of my cupboard. So how's everyone's weekend going? Are you doing anything exciting? I think I'm going to get in the garden this afternoon. My husband's been popping pavers around our garden, our new garden, and putting new, it's not crusher dust, it's small stones, but they're like blue stone. So we're going to try and stop the weeds that keep on coming. We can't seem to get rid of the weeds. It's just that they're everywhere. Everyone has trouble with them at the moment, but we're spending too many weekends weeding our gravelled areas, so it's awful. So I've got my white powder. I've just laid that over the top, give it a little bit of a smash, and then we have that image. We're going to bring in that heat tool and just heat that until it goes really nice and shiny. Marion says, shows that you're working hard at crafting. I'm always working hard at crafting. Always having fun doing it anyway. Okay, so the Stampin' Up heat tool has 2 settings. I'm using it on the second one to heat emboss on our normal cardstock. If you're using vellum, which heat embossing on vellum works really well, you can use that first setting. It's a little bit more gentle. Okay. So see how shiny that is? That's gorgeous. So we can grab that die out. We're going to cut that one out. I'm also going to just cut this down just slightly. I did purchase the little mini cut and emboss machine. So that is on special right now for 20% off. So when it's 20% off, you really can't go wrong. So this was, this is the little mini. Look how cute it is. It comes like that. It folds down so it's even smaller, can sit on your desk all the time. You'll get all the plates needed as part of that bundle. What we're going to do, I'm going to put my number 1 plate, my number 2 plate, and then we're going to run this one through. So obviously it's not going to run embossing folders through, but for something like this, little things, the smaller embossing folders, they work through them. And we're just going to pop the plate on top and run this one through. Let's try not to move it. Because the paper's been heat embossed, it does sit up just slightly, but it should be fine. Oh, a few more people on. Marion says, lovely day crafting with the Crane of Fortune. I know, your cards were beautiful. Renee says she took Wendy's and my Easter class. Such great projects. My favourite was the pop-up card. Oh, thank you so much, Renee. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I will be talking a little bit about my Easter class with Wendy in just a minute, so thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so also while I'm here, I've just got a scrap piece of basic white. I'm going to run that through because I want that little heart in the middle. I need one of those to pop on my card, so I'm going to run that one through while we're here. Hi Robin, how are you? Hi Glenda, good morning. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. Or if you're overseas in America, a great Saturday. Okay, so by running that one through with the basic white, that will give me that image that I can pop in the middle. Let me bring that card in again to show you, because otherwise you would see through and see that DSP in the background. I really didn't want that, so hence I've done that. Okay, so I can move these out of the road. I can get rid of my die. I like to pop my dies away, otherwise I could lose them. And we can get rid of that little mini. Don't forget, 20% off all through the month of March, which is fantastic. So we're going to work on our sentiment piece here, and this is a really tiny little piece. We're going to use our Stamparatus for this. Because I am stamping with the Memento Tuxedo Black ink, I find that it doesn't always stamp best the first time round. So what I like to do is use my Stamparatus to make sure that I can re-stamp it multiple times and get really good images. I'm really good, thank you, Robin. I had a lovely day crafting yesterday, so I feel really happy today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my sentiment down onto my grid map, making sure that my grid map is nice and centered. I'm going to stamp this down, and then I know exactly where that stamp is going to be. So then if I bring in my sentiment piece, and I'm just going to add a little bit of, this is just repositional tape. Stampin' Up don't sell that. I did get that from Spotlight, so unfortunately Stampin' Up no longer sells repositional. So I'm going to pop that over the top. Let's hope I've centered it as best as I can. We will see. If not, I can grab another piece of white cardstock out. So inking up my sentiment again. Yeah, it looks all right. That'll do. And you can see it doesn't stamp quite dark or black enough for me, so I'm going to just go back in, and I believe for my card I stamped it 3 times, so I think we might do that again, although that does look pretty good. Look, I think 2 was enough this time. Just depends on how inky your Memento ink pad is. Okay, so we have all our elements ready to go. Let's bring the card in. We have our pieces. The first thing we're going to do is take the card base, and we're going to grab our basic black Stampin' Right marker. You can buy these individually. All the other colours you will have to buy in their colour families. Stampin' Up used to sell them individually, but the black one you still can. And this is really important. This flicking technique will eventually wreck your pen, so I don't recommend doing it too often on any other colour. But because you can purchase the basic black individually, you know, it's not a big deal because you can get another one. So I am going to move all my stuff out of the road that I can make a mess on, because I can guarantee you if I flick it, I'll probably flick it where I don't want it to go. So using the brush tip end, all we're going to do is we're going to run it in the lid and then flick out, and that should get us a nice little flick. And I want it sort of at the top right and the bottom left. So let's see how we go. And I'm moving my nib around so I'm not going on that same point. That's really important too, because, oh, that was a good one. Okay, I'm really happy with that, because you're not going to ruin the same spot in your pen. So that gives it a really nice bit of extra color there. I don't know how well you can see, like, it doesn't come up completely fantastic on the camera, but it really does suit the card perfectly. So then we can start bringing in our DSP pieces, and I'm just going to use some liquid adhesive. So hopefully as we're creating this card, you're thinking what supplies you can use to create your black and white card. I would love it if you joined in the challenge. The more people join in, the more fun it is, and the more ideas actually get out there as well. Okay, and then we're going to add our hands to our DSP here. Because I'm popping the baker's twine around, I'm going to add these first. That way I know where my baker's twine has to go. I'm not popping this up, but we are popping the DSP up, so if that makes sense. I don't think you need to have multiple pop-ups. And we're just going to put that white image in. Oh, that is so beautiful. Okay. So I've still can't find my Essentials Baker's Twine. That's a pack of, I think there's 5 colours, something like that. There's a black and white one in that. I have no idea where my pack is. If you saw my room, you'd understand why, but I did find this one. This is a little bit thinner than the Baker's Twine in the annual catalogue, but it works just fine. The great thing is with these challenges, use what you have. So if it's retired, please use it. It's all about using what's in your stash. We don't spend money to have it just sitting there. I know we all do it, but you want to craft with those items. So now I'm just going to add a nice little bow here, and then we can chop the ends off. I'm also going to come in with a glue dot and secure that little bow. Don't have to, but I find it'll stay together a little bit easier if you do pop a glue dot underneath. And because it's a little tiny knot there, I'm going to just roll my mini glue dot a fair bit, and that way we can stick that underneath. Cute. So we're going to add, and you can use dimensionals. I actually brought in my foam adhesive strips and placed them around. I wanted it to be pretty secure, and I thought using the foam adhesive strips, it really did. So one on the top. One on the bottom. And let's see what I have. And then for the sides, we don't need a huge piece, just like that. So has anyone got anything planned for the day? I know here in our area there is an air race on at Serpentine, so that we've got lots of old planes and And the rough roulettes will be coming over. Serpentine's probably about, I don't know, 25 minutes away. So we're going to have them flying over today. I'm surprised my husband hasn't wanted to go. Okay, so we have that down. I'm going to glue our sentiment with our basic black. So this is just a matting piece, just to add a little bit of colour underneath. And I'm going to use just my liquid glue for that one. Just keeping that nice and even. And then what I wanted to do is I wanted it to sit on the edge of this DSP piece, but pop up on this side. So I'm going to add some dimensionals on this side and glue to where the DSP hits. And I think I might use my dimensionals for that one. So I'm going to add one there, and one in the middle. Add a little bit of glue to the end. That way it's still secured down perfectly. We're going to add that down to the card. Perfect. Okay, so lastly, just to finish off this card, we're going to bring in some of those black matte dots. These are in the annual catalogue, these ones here. 160 in all, so, and I think there's 2 sizes. If my eyes are working correctly. So I'm going to add a big one. I've not long gotten these. Don't know why I didn't get them ages ago, but they're really nice. So there we have today's card with the black and white theme. So hopefully you'll join in with this challenge, and it's always nice to see everyone joining in. Don't go anywhere because I want to show you my Easter class, but I'm just checking any comments. Robin's going to be crafting today. Marion said it's still early to ask, can we go? Yeah, you so know my husband, absolutely. Well, he did jump out of bed fairly early this morning when he heard the old aircraft going over, so that was funny to see. Okay, so Easter class. I have an Easter class with Wendy Cranford this month in March. If you love to craft and do projects for Easter and for holidays, you're going to love this class because we have 4 fun fold cards and 2 3D items. So we've done 3 projects each. I'm going to show you one of my projects, but how you get hold of this class is I'll have in the description of this video, and I'll also have a blog post later on today, I have a special host code. So anyone who orders with me using this special host code of a $50 order or more will get this class for free. Now there is videos, there is PDFs. These cards are amazing, can I just say, and you're going to want to get them. I also have another option for if you're a demonstrator or if you live outside of Australia, you can purchase it through me for $50 Australian and you'll get the videos and PDF as well. So let me show you the card that we use, one of the cards. This is one of my fun folds. Now, this is a pop-up card. So how cute does this look? And then when we open it up, we have a gorgeous card inside, so plenty of room for writing. And then we've got a little window with a little chicken and a rabbit and some beautiful tulips in the background. Now the 2 stamp sets that we have used is the Daffodil Daydream bundle as well as the Easter Friends. So I've used the Easter Friends in this one. The projects are amazing. I can't say that enough. If you keep watching me over the next week, I will be showing my other projects. So keep an eye out for that. But you are going to love this class. And like I said, Wendy Cranford is an amazing demonstrator as well, and an amazing crafter, and we've teamed up for a really great class. All right, everyone, I think that's everything. Oh, thank you so much, everyone. Oh, I really appreciate that. If you'd like to join in, please create your project and then head over to my Facebook page. There is a blog post, there is a post pinned to the top. You can pop your photo in the comments section there of that post. All right, everyone, have a wonderful Sunday. Have a wonderful rest of the Saturday if you're overseas. And I'll see you all here hopefully on Thursday at 5 o'clock for Create with Tracy. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.